Basic yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is the Hindu spiritual and ascetic discipline that includes breath control, simple meditation, and the use of specific bodily postures. It is also a vast collection of spiritual techniques and practices aimed at integrating mind, body, and spirit to achieve a state of enlightenment or oneness with the universe. Why do yoga? People are drawn to yoga for the easiness that it can be incorporated into one's life. Yoga is the practice for health, relaxation, flexibility, and weight loss. Yoga is one of the few exercises that targets both the physical and mental aspects of a good health and fitness life. The benefits of yoga. 1. It improves cardiovascular endurance. 2. Develops muscular strength and tone. 3. Strengthens the entire core area. 4. Improves balance, flexibility, coordination, and joint range of motion. 5. Increases mental clarity. 6. Calm and centers the mind. There are many different types of yoga. The first is called traditional yoga. This type of yoga focuses on the basic principles of yoga in regards to flexibility, balance, mental stability, and calmness to improve their overall outlook on life. The second type is relaxing yoga. This type of yoga focuses on the principles of learning to center focus and calm one's mind while at the same time improving their control over the movements of one's body. The types of movements are meditation-based. The third type is fast-paced yoga. This focuses on a fast-paced style of yoga, and the poses are similar to other styles of yoga except they are performed in quick succession with the intent of increasing one's heart rate. The next is flexibility yoga. This focuses on improving flexibility and agility. This type of yoga specifically works on improving one's flexibility, balance, and agility, and is performed in conjunction with another form of aerobic or strength activity. Next is injury-related yoga. This is specifically designed for individuals that are recovering from an injury. The movements are targeted and gentle. The next is meticulous yoga. This focuses on the finer details of each yoga movement. Mental attitude, focus, and values play a huge role in determining the practices of meticulous yoga. The next is self-motivated yoga. This focuses on setting personal goals and achieving them and remaining constant because yoga requires a high level of commitment. The last is chanting yoga. This focuses on the spiritual and mind connectivity. Using vibration medicine, individuals combine meditation and the repetition of mantras with concentration on sound vibration. The repetition of mantras is designed to improve concentration and free the mind. The different types of poses are seated yoga pose, standing yoga pose, supine yoga pose, prone yoga pose, and other yoga poses. Seated yoga pose works on grounding and balancing of one's body and mind. The physical effect of seated pose is flexibility. In the top left, we have easy yoga pose, and in the bottom right, we have child yoga pose. Standing yoga pose works on uplifting and opening of the body and mind. The physical effect of standing pose is flexibility. In the top left, we have warrior one, and in the bottom right, we have chair yoga pose. Supine yoga poses work on nurturing and integrating the body and mind together. The physical effect of supine yoga pose is also flexibility. In the top left, we have bridge yoga pose, and in the bottom right, we have corpse yoga pose. Prone yoga poses work on energizing one's body and mind. The physical effects of prone yoga poses are to strengthen one's back and core muscles. In the top left, we have bow yoga pose, and in the bottom right, upward-facing dog yoga pose. Other yoga poses are, one is the back-bending yoga pose. This works on energizing one's body, and the physical effects of the back-bending poses are to strengthen the back and core muscles and open up the chest. An example of this is bridge pose. The next is balancing yoga poses. This works on invigorating the body. The physical effects of balancing yoga poses are to strengthen one's arms and legs. An example of this is the balancing table. Core strengthening yoga poses. These work on stabilizing the body. The physical effect of core strengthening yoga poses are to strengthen the core muscles. An example is crab pose. Forward bending poses. These work on calming one's body and mind. The physical effect of forward bending pose is to stretch the hamstrings and back muscles. An example of this is downward facing dog. Hip opening poses. These work on surrendering the muscles and mind. The physical effect of hip opening poses are to open one's hips. An example of this is bound angle, which is butterfly. The last one is twisting yoga poses. These work on letting go of the mind. The physical effect of twisting yoga pose is to stretch and strengthen the back muscles. An example of this is the chair twist. Here are some statistics. Of those doing yoga, 27% are considered senior citizens and 34% are considered overweight, based on a 2004 study. Performing various yoga poses and stretching positions to assist in the recovery from an injury have been reported to decrease the amount of time that is required for some injuries to heal. When you control breathing while exercising, breath becomes more regular and any form of activity becomes about 56% more effective. Also, in a recent study, 4 out of 10 physically active people claimed that yoga was their primary training tool for remaining motivated in activities not related to yoga.